And one more time for Neil. Enjoy.
I always wanted a Christmas tree. Now, I'm Jewish, so I gotta celebrate Hanukkah. Every good Jewish family celebrates Hanukkah. I mean, let's look at the facts. Hanukkah, menorah, it's nice. It's the candles burning bright, okay. And we have like 8 nights of presents. But if your family was like my family, it was always a theme. And one year it was underwear. That is, I mean, it was huge. I got my first jock strap, and then my dad was going, it's Neil's first jock strap, eh? And I was like, Dad! And you know, you have the Maccabees, these shirtless savages that, you know, roamed around the promised land. And finally, you had the miracle of the lights, oil that burned, I don't know, a few days. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Then you look at Christmas. It starts out with a bang, birth of a god. Yeah, how am I going to compete with that? Then you've got Santa Claus, Rudolph. You've got food. I mean, there's like a ham, there's a turkey. The ham, yeah, that was a real one right there. I coveted ham all the time. The big ham. And you had piles of presents, a mountain of them. I'd go over to my Christian friends' houses, and I'd see all these presents, and it would dazzle me. But the one thing that really got me was the Christmas tree. I really wanted one so bad. And when I was in elementary school, the ride home with my mom, I always went by Jim Bob's Christmas trees. It was a guy in a plaid shirt with a chainsaw. This was awesome. And every time we'd go by, I go, Mom, can we have a Christmas tree this year? She'd always turn around, you know Jews don't celebrate Christmas. And I was going, oh, man. So year after year, I drilled her. And finally, one day, I don't know what was going through her mind. She must have lost it. Because when I went, Mom, can we have a Christmas tree this year? She goes, hell, why not? Pulls right in there. We get the biggest Christmas tree ever. We stopped at the Wynn's Variety Store, got flocking, we got tinsel, we got Bubba lights. It was hideous. But we had the greatest Christmas tree ever. And the word got out around the neighborhood that the Jew at the end of the block had a Christmas tree. And all the Jewish kids came out of their houses and came down and marveled at it. I should have charged admission. I was, for once, the king of Christmas in my neighborhood. I was the king. So, 3 days before Christmas, my brother and I are out in the front yard. It's like a slate gray sky. It's quiet. It's joyous. It's wonderful. And then I hear a sound of a car coming closer and closer, and I turn and I look, and it's Rabbi Bendiner's car. It's this black, flat black, just stripped down Ford, and it's coming towards our house. Now, a good kid would say, oh, it's Mr. Bendiner. I'm so happy he might drop by. But me, I was going, oh my God, it's Nosferatu, and he's coming to my house. And I kid you not, he was the most feared rabbi in Texas. He was like 6 feet tall. His eyes bulged out, and his fingers were like, I always like hid in the bathroom if Mr. Bendiner was in the hallway. Rabbi Bendiner, sorry. So I grab my brother and I say, Frank, you're going to stall him. You're going to tell him how much you're looking forward to Hebrew school. And he goes, but I don't. And I said, I don't care. You stall him. So as Bendiner's come up, I run into the house. And I go, Mom, Mr. Bendiner's here. And she goes, what? And then she looks out the window and sees Mr. Bendiner unfold from inside the car. This vision of death approaching us. And she goes, oh my God. She goes, help me. We grab the Christmas tree. We're dragging it across the living room. Tinsel, everything flying. I'm sweeping it up. The doorbell rings. She goes, "You answer it." So I go, "I got this, Mom." I open the door, and there's, this shadow falls on me, It's like, I'm cold, I'm so cold. And Mr. Bandino looks at me, and I know he knows. Someone ratted me out. I was sold down the river in my synagogue. And he goes, "Is your mother home?" And I went, "Why, of course, Mr. Bandino. Why did you come in?" So he comes in, and my mother's sitting and goes, "Mr. Bandino, would you like some coffee?" And he goes, "No, I'd like to talk to you alone." Now, we had taken the Christmas tree and shoved it in a coat closet. And the end of the Christmas tree with the little, angel was out. And I was looking at it, and then I heard this, and it fell right at his feet. And I went, "Oops." And so he goes, "Neil, I'll talk to you on Sunday." And I'm going, "Oh, of course." I'm going to be sick on Sunday. Absolutely. I'm not going to Sunday school. So I can hear him yelling at my mother in Yiddish. And if you ever heard anybody yelling Yiddish, that's bad. It's bad. It's like a language that just sounds bad. And he leaves in a huff. And I walk back in, and the Christmas tree is gone. And he made my mother stuff it into the garbage can. But as soon as he drove away, we pulled that Christmas tree out of that garbage can, and we put it back up. And maybe all the lights didn't work, and there was a few banana peels on it, but it was great. And the next year, I don't know where my mother got this, but it was like a work of genius. It was a box about this big, and inside was a hidden Christmas tree. And all you had to do was press a button, and it would pop up. And if the rabbi came to visit, boom, there, and a potted plant. Christmas. Woo!